dirty areas before the game. Boy, they really went to the dirty areas tonight.
I thought we played a real good game tonight. It was a tough win, but a win I thought we deserved. And it's nice to see us come up with the win there, and probably the best game so far this year. And we did a lot of good things.
Did a lot of that also come with? It seems like the lines were rolling, everybody was contributing. Is that what they?
Yeah, they were, and I mean, I cut down a little bit in the third period because just want a little bit more experience. We've been snake bitten a little bit lately, so I wanted us to win this game. It was important for us, so we did what we had to do.
Did you like see enough of Gaudet on that line to like him up there?
Yeah, I thought he played well. I really thought for his first game back, he handled himself really well.
But on that line, is that something that looked like it might fit?
Maybe, yeah. I think we have to look at everything right now, and everybody on that line. I know that we didn't see Spoons as much, but I thought Spoons was skating tonight. And Paisy was doing well also. Just again a little bit of inexperience there for the end that I took out of our lineup to put in, or took off certain lines, I should say, to make three experienced lines here.
Obviously, both goalies played extremely well tonight too. Howard really kept them in it there at the end.
Yeah, and I think Tuukka played really well. He made the saves he had to make, and but Howard, I think, played a real good game. He was tested a lot more than Tuukka was, and he gave him a chance to win.
Did you sense? Was there any frustration when you guys aren't scoring early? Or is this team just so veteran? They've been through everything before that.
Yeah, it wasn't an issue because you know what? I like the things we did. We had some chances, and we're doing the things that we had talked about doing, and that's what I said after the first period. That was our best first period, our best period of the season at that point, and then we had to make sure we played three of those periods, and eventually things would go in for us. But I like the fact that we had chances. Guys were in front of net. We're bringing pucks to the net, as you see with the shot clock. I think a lot of that focus was on taking pucks to the net, and that's the kind of team we have to be.
You like the resilience too. They tied up there in the third period, and you kept kind of pouring it on.
Yeah, and it was a frustrating call for me anyways, interference. I just feel that that team really does a good job of interfering personally, and they get away with a lot, and then you get stuck with that penalty. So it was a little frustrating, but it was important for our guys too to stay focused and control the things they can, and just go out there and play the game.
I know it's back-to-back, but just how about going into Montreal tomorrow?
We'll be ready, Joe. I think it's the emotions tonight were high, and we're going to need that tomorrow. But tonight they were also under control, and we'll need that as well tomorrow. Emotions have to be high against one of your rivals, and at the same time. But if they're in control, I think we'll be okay.
Is there any carryover from last year's playoff you think into that game tomorrow night, or are the points so important for you that that's not going to?
Right now, you got to turn the page, and you can't live in the past. I think it's about doing what you got to do this year. We got to go in there and do what we have to do to come out of there with a win. It's as simple as that in my mind.
I don't know how far you want to go, but I've heard other coaches say that they're great at legal interference. Like, what does that look like when they get away?
They call them what, legal?
Well, I've heard other coaches say they're great at legal interference.
I guess that depends on views, and the bottom line is they're entitled to their ice. That's not a problem. So when you use your arms or your stick to slow people down, that's what's got to be called. So you're entitled to your ice, and I have no issues with that. So some of it is legal, no doubt, but I think some of it isn't quite as legal, and it's or even the cross check there in front of net. You're allowed to push a guy, you're allowed to your ice time, but to cross check a guy and he goes down, you want to see those kind of things called. But again, those are things that are out of our control, and I'm not here complaining. I'm just saying that they've been good at that. That's what their team is all about, and they do a good job with it, and they seem to get away with most of it. So it's what they're all about.
One more question.
How good was it just to see Berge come back after taking that shot?
It's a stinger. You get it off the foot there, and you always fear the worst. But I'm sure it's not feeling good right now. But it wasn't bad enough that you weren't going to see him come back.
Thanks,